Are you a fan of staying up all night, drinking blood and floating spookily outside your friend's bedroom window? Do you hate sunlight, garlic and being staked through the heart? You're probably a vampire, but that's fine. I know just the town for you and we're going to go there in this video. Here's 19 reasons to read Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Hi again, I'm Dave Musson and welcome back to my series taking you through the entire works of Stephen King. This time we're going to 1975 and his second novel, Salem's Lot, which is what the locals in Maine call the town Jerusalem's Lot, where some wacky stuff takes place after dark. No more reason to delay, let's get into those 19 reasons to read it, and, goes without saying, spoilers ahead. So you heard me in the intro say vampires, right? Vampires created by Stephen King? If you don't want to read that, then why are you still watching? Apart from that lot with the teeth, the main looming presence over the town in this book is the Musson house, a dark spooky place with a dark spooky past. What sort of dark spooky past? Well, how about the ghosts of murderers who hanged themselves? It's the main reason, the house that is, that our protagonist is drawn back to the town in the first place, and it is a massive presence throughout the novel. This book features one of the most iconic and genuinely terrifying King scenes he's ever written. The moment where young Danny Glick, who's now a vampire, floats outside the window of his pal Mark Petrie, tapping on the glass trying to be invited in for a bite to eat. Genuinely creepy. While we're talking genuinely creepy, don't forget those suckling sounds heard from the upstairs bedroom by Matt Burke. Completing a trio of genuinely creepy moments, keep an eye out for the scene where Susan is walking in the snow but isn't leaving any footprints. Now, imagine yourself as part of the police service in Salem's Lot. The town is going to shit and everyone's looking at you for what to do. You stand up and fight, right? No, you get the fuck out. Thanks. This book has an air of defiance about it. When King told his agent and his publishers that his second book was going to be about vampires, they warned him that that would get him pegged as the horror guy. Did our man care? Fuck no, he didn't. Oops, I got my notes crossed a little bit here. That bit is actually in reference to The Shining. But, as you can tell by my different outfit, I've already moved on to recording that very video about The Shining. Sorry. So, I owe you a new fact about Salem's Lot, don't I? I mentioned vampires, right? I mean, vampires are worth mentioning again. Fucking vampires! One of King's greatest strengths as a writer is his ability to build worlds, particularly when that world is a small town. In Salem's Lot, he does that for the first time, and boy, does he do an amazing job. The interlude passages that take you around the town are just simply beautifully written. So we've done creepy moments. Let's just do some darn cruel moments, shall we? Exhibit A, the death of Dr. Jimmy Cody, where he's lured down a rigged staircase and ends up impaled on an entire set of kitchen knives. Grim, although not as grim as King's original idea, which was to have him eaten alive by rats. Exhibit B for instances of cruelty has to be when the town's school bus driver gets devoured by his own passengers on his own vehicle. Another genuinely terrifying scene, although, in fairness to those vampire kids, the bus driver is an absolute dick, so he kind of deserves it. Another Kingism makes its debut here, the wise child. In this case, it's Mark Petrie, who handles the situation like a total boss, entirely because of his obsession with monsters and horror stories. Now, his parents don't approve of this obsession, but his parents end up dead, so who's right there? This book is also where we get introduced to the brilliant but flawed Father Callahan. I'm not going to say too much more about him right now, but just know that we'll be meeting him again in a few years' time. So tied to this book is the short story One for the Road, where we learn that the vampires, they survive, and the town, it survives, as a haven for vampires. The main locals just know to stay the fuck away from that town, and if any non-locals stumble across it, well, they're pretty loath to help. As we watch Ben and Susan meet and fall in love, you could be forgiven for assuming this is going to be one nice big happy ending. Nope. Now, even when all hell has broken loose in Salem's Lot, King is very good at sticking to strict vampire lore. That means that right away this book sits next to Dracula on the shelf of must-read vampire stories. It's a classic. So you might know the kingpin vampire from this story, Barlow, as that blue-faced Nosferatu-looking weirdo from the 1979 TV miniseries. But in the book, he's not described like that. In the book, he's got a white face and long, sensitive fingers like that of a pianist. Basically, he's a bit of a stud. As well as being great at building worlds, King is also highly skilled at making the town a character. Now he does this most famously in It with Derry, but the first time he does it is here in Salem's Lot. One final Kingism that makes its debut here is his obsession with writing about writers. Our main protagonist, Ben Mears, is a writer of stud muffin proportions. Now sure, he's a total hottie, but he's also a bit of a prick. But I guess his studliness means that it makes total sense that the two guys who have played him so far in adaptations of this book are David Soul and Rob Lowe. Hunks unite. Finally, while Carrie was King getting started, Salem's Lot is King really flexing his muscles. This book is more than twice as long as the first one, and it's really good training for some of the doorstopper novels that are going to come further down the line. But aside from all of that, it will suck you in right from the start and won't let you go until you're done. There you have it, 19 reasons to read Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Let me know what you think in the comments, subscribe, follow me on Instagram where I'm at Dave Musson, and don't forget to check out my band, particularly our song Stephen, which has been playing in the background throughout this video and is all about Mr. King himself. Link for it is below. Long days and pleasant nights.